Oh, damn. This man ignored the court for 4 years, thinking nothing would happen. But today, the judge finally snaps. And what happens next? You won't believe it.
How old has he been? Fighting in a war? What's he been doing? Where you been?
I just got a new job.
No. I didn't ask you where you work, how much you're making, when you got I want to know why you weren't here 10 months ago, 8 months ago.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that I had to be there.
The officer give you the ticket?
Say that one more time?
Did the officer give you the ticket? It said appear within 10 days, right? Right?
If it did, I missed out.
You thought the court was just going to invite you and then you didn't show up. Your address, you live on Graydale, right?
Right.
Well, we sent notices there. You don't read your mail?
That's my.
Well, then just be honest with me and tell me, Judge, I blew you guys off for 9 months. I thought I was larger than life. Don't start standing there lying to me that you didn't know you were supposed to be here, okay? I hate that. Listen, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Okay? We're not sending out parties invitations here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't invite you to a party. You don't have to go to a party. You don't have to do anything, but you do have to show up in court or there are consequences. We understand one another? Where does he work?
Your Honor, he's working at Florist right now. He's been there for a couple of months. Prior to that, he was at a logistics company. Had been there for a couple of years.
You got $100 with you?
Yes.
$100 cash bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. Let me let you in on another secret. You are not going to endear yourself to these judges in these other courts when you blow them off too. You got 3 out of 36, 2 out of 35th. You got 5 other warrants. Okay? Unless you're hell-bent on going to jail, in which case you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to end up there. I'd go over to those courts and I would surrender today, not tomorrow, today. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Good. Give me a pretrial date if you would, Lisa, please.
I think we put it on the front.
Okay, I'm sorry. You did January 15th at 10. So
I believe he has a conflict on that date. Can we do the 21st? I'm here back on the 21st.
who has a conflict?
My client.
What kind of conflict does he have?
I believe it's work related.
What kind of conflict you got?
You have to work that day in 15?
Correct.
You show up 8 months later and you want me to make accommodations for you. Who's this with you? Is this girl with you?
Sister.
I could tell she knows what I'm talking about. She thinks you... What, you got to work, so you want me to reschedule it?
If you met.
I can't do it on the 20... Do we have the 21st when we can do it, Lisa? We don't have the 21st, do we? This is Trent.
No, it would be the 29th.
Still work it out. We'll do the...
I can do the 29th for you. I'll be more fair with you than you have been with us. How's that? You want me to do the 29th or the 15th? It's up to you. But Trent's only here on Thursdays.
I have a conflict, Your Honor, on the 29th. We have to do the 15th.
15, that's fine.
Okay, 15th at 9 a.m. You're going to have to
Judge.
fill out the... What?
Did Mr. Granada say he has a conflict?
Yeah, I don't know what...
He's just the arraignment attorney. He doesn't follow these cases.
Oh, yeah, you're just... I thought so. So you don't have to worry about that. Do you want to do the 15th or the 29th?
15.
Are you sure? 15th at 9, go down the hall, post your bond. Don't be doing this again. I'm telling you, I'd go over to those other courts. Those warrants have been outstanding for quite a while. We understand? Yes?
Are you saying I have warrants now?
5 of them. Yeah. Why do you think I'm talking to you like this? Plus, you blew us off for 8 months. Stop and don't come back with chewing gum either. Okay? We're not in a candy shop. Go down the hall, get your notice. Good luck. And you're going to have to fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer if that's what you want going forward. All right?
Yes.
Good luck. Detective, your name?
Detective Corporal Sean Pontiac, Trent Police Department.
So I've got contempt charges here. I hope Mr. Young, can I ask you a question? How old are you?
I'll be 45, Your Honor. Well, I'm 45. 45.
Why would you do this? Why would you act like a fugitive on a drive while suspend charge?
Your Honor, he was, my thing is he was incarcerated
For how long?
most of 2024 and most of 2025.
Well, he was supposed to be here in 21 and starting to take care of this in March of 21, so that's not an excuse. He should have taken care of it in 21. If somehow, some way he was in the hospital for 10 months, he could have come in and taken care of it in 22. If somehow, some way something tragic happened in 22, he should have been here in 23. You got a big problem with me. I just don't understand this. Warrants all over the place on this guy. I don't even know what I have here. It's going to take me a minute to decipher this. I got all kinds of files in here. I don't even know what in the world. I got
It looks like they're both for non-payment.
I got 23B143198. It looks like on that case he owes 129. And on the other one, on the misdemeanor,
He owes 644 on that one.
he owes 644. All right, so how's he going to proceed on these?
Your Honor, I believe that, he's prepared to make a payment today.
Well, I know, but is he going to plead guilty to failure to pay 644, and is he going to plead guilty to failure to pay 129, or does he want to have a contested hearing?
No, there is no contest. No.
If you plead guilty to failure to pay 644, you could get 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me. If you plead guilty
Yes,
to
sir.
failure to pay $129, you could get 13 days on that, 1 day for every $10 owed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You have the right to a contested hearing. At that hearing, you have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses, to testify or remain silent. You remain silent, that silence would not be held against you. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
If you plead
Yes, sir.
guilty, you're giving up all those rights. We're not going to have a hearing, and I will then sentence you on these charges. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Is that okay if I talk to my lawyer again about this, Your Honor?
We weren't aware of the 644.
Well, he's got a big problem. He sees this happening. I'll let you talk to your lawyer again.
I think we want to try to work out something that he could be released today. And
I'm not going to release him. This guy's been playing with us for 4 years. I don't know who he thinks he is.
we could try to work.
Your Honor, I've been taking care of my life, Your Honor. I've been on drug court for almost a year.
Listen. Talk to the
Yes,
guy
sir.
in the carnival if you want. I don't want to hear it.
Yes, sir,
You
Your
got
Honor.
warrants all over. You are disrespectful. You have no respect for the system. You think you can just treat the system like some pet of yours, and it's not a pet of yours. We're not a pet of yours. So shake your head all you want. I can only go by what I see, and what I see is warrants that have been going back and forth since 21, and you've been given plenty of chances. So don't talk to me about releasing you today. It's not happening unless you have the money to pay this. I'm telling you. So you guys can talk again, and we'll go 2928. Mr. Young, your name?
Jack Young III, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I spoke to my client.
I need your appearance
Oh, I'm
again.
sorry. Peter Granada, P78413, MIDC counsel for Mr. Young. Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Young and he understands and is going to plead guilty to both counts.
So if you plead guilty on the civil infraction, that's 3198, you could get 13 days. You can satisfy that in full by payment, in full by serving a jail term, or in part by payment and in part by serving the jail term. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
And again, if you plead on the failure to pay 644 on the misdemeanor, you could get 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And you understand the rights of witnesses. You have the right to bring in your own witnesses. You have the right to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty,
Yeah.
you'll be giving up
Yes,
all
sir.
those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? I can't hear
Yes,
you.
sir, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm sorry.
so
Yes,
is
sir,
the
Your
civil-
Honor.
Is the civil infraction charge, failure to pay on that one, $129. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you fail to pay on that?
I did, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir, Your Honor.
On the misdemeanor charge where I sentenced you back in 21 on a 2019 case, to that failure to pay 644, which has just been late fees and default fees and warrant fees and the like, how do you plead to that?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Did you fail to pay on that file?
Yes, sir, I did, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty to either one of these counts?
No, sir.
Pleas are
No, sir.
accepted. I find the pleas have been made voluntarily and understandingly and are accurate. I don't know what happened with the Met Berry's file. Would you make sure it's not down there, Janan? I don't know. I don't know what to say. The counsel, I mean, he's given me no choice. I have no choice here unless I'm prepared to just let somebody do this for the next 22 years. He's been blowing us off left and right.
Your Honor, he understands that he's going to be in custody until he comes up with the amount. He says he should have the amount within the next few days, at the most a week. And so he's going to go to friends and families and try to collect it all up so that he can get released. And then anytime he's served between now and then, be credited against that.
When was he taken into custody, Detective? Can you tell me?
I believe it was just this morning.
Why do you do this? I mean, are you in the habit of doing this? Let me check you have to be. You haven't just
Yeah.
pointed out the 30.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I got my.
hang
I- my
on,
life is-
hang on.
Go ahead.
Let me just
Yes,
check
sir, I
something.
apologize.
You
Yes, sir.
haven't been just singling us out to thumb your nose at. You've got other warrants. Your criminal history is thick. I mean, you've been getting, and when you going to grow up? I mean, you've been getting in trouble since you were in 2001 and you are 44 or 5 now.
You're right. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
So this has just been a consistent pattern of you just disregarding laws and
I had an awakening up last year when I went to jail for a year. I've been trying to get my life together, Your Honor. I haven't been in no more trouble since then. I've turned my life around to God, and I've just been trying to make sure. I've been trying to right my wrongs, Your Honor, and it's just been so hard to do all. It's easy to get into this, and it's been very hard to change, and it's just been a slow process, Your Honor. But I am striving to be a great person and not be disrespectful.
Your Honor, I would like to add that Mr. Young is released. I'm going to work with him to get his iChat so he understands where his warrants are, so they can try to get all of those resolved.
Lisa, you remember that language I gave you a long time ago? I haven't done that, used that in a while. Defendant to be given $10 credit for each day served.
Yes, I think I still have that somewhere.
Hey, your record's bad.
I do have it, Judge. You want me to read it to you?
Yeah.
If each day served shall reduce the cost by $30, any payments made by defendant shall further reduce the time required to be served by 1 day for each 30.
Okay, so it's actually on these civil infractions, it should be 10, I believe. So we're gonna make that $10 instead of 30, okay?
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna sentence you to. You pay 129 or serve 13 days, you're to be given $10 credit for each day served. So if you served 5 days and you only owed 79 and you paid that, you'd be released in terms of this file. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now, the other case, I mean, look, I feel bad about this, but you've given me no choice. You really have. You were told by Judge Hessen to pay $200 a month back in December of 21, and you kept coming in custody and everybody was giving you breaks.
I went
You
to
pay
jail,
six-
Your Honor.
You pay $640. Listen, I heard what your lawyer said. Were you in jail in 21?
Not in 21. No, sir. Yeah, no.
All right. So
no.
what does you being in the
No,
jail in 24 and part of 23 have to do with the fact that you didn't do
Okay.
what you were supposed to do in 21?
I apologize, Your Honor. I should have listened. I apologize. I totally apologize. I'm sorry.
On this case, I'm going to take into account any credit for credit that you might have had for these other arrests, and I'm going to reduce this all the way to 25 days. So you're either going to pay $645 or serve 25 days on that one. So if somehow, some way, you can come up with 760, let's see, that was 129, $773, you're going to be released immediately. Okay? If you don't, then you're going to have to serve the 25 days. Lisa, those are running concurrent, okay? They will run concurrent. So they're not going to run consecutive, they will run concurrent. I really hope you grow up and change your life. This is kind of distressing to see as an outsider what you're doing to yourself. I mean, they only give us one of these things.
You've seen me my whole life and my family, Mr. Minnelli, and I apologize to you, and I'm turning around. I promise you won't see me again.
I wish you well. I wish you well. I really do. Good.
And in the end, the judge made it clear this wasn't just about unpaid fines. It was about a pattern of ignoring the court and expecting the system to keep giving chances. After years of warrants and missed responsibilities, the consequences finally caught up. The real question now is whether this moment becomes a turning point in his life or just another chapter in a long cycle of trouble. What do you think? Did the judge make the right call here, or was the punishment too harsh? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.